So what I will do on the screen, I will try to write a sentence in Arabic, and you guys, you help me either by quoting or by typing in the screen, in the chat, I mean, what is the pronouns we should use. Uh, the It's a very simple, like practice. It's not really hard. So if we say, watch with me the screen, please. We will make the text bigger. To make it more clear. I'm going to speak about a girl, and this girl supposedly she went with her mother. All right. So what I should do? How to use the pronouns? Which pronouns we learn? We need to use. Remember, we learn hua and hiya for individual. Hua or hiya. So I'm going to make a sentence, have a male and have a female in the sentence. And then I'm going to ask you which is the pronouns we should use in the right location. I'm going to use words maybe you do not know, but nothing wrong with learning new words. And I will take a chance to teach you about the word aina. Let's switch to Arabic. aina. أبوك. أبوك. aina in Arabic mean where, which make it very important word for you to remember and to memorize. Abuk is your father. Now today we are going to speak about a pronouns which is attached to this word. The original word of abuk is ab. So you notice we added letter ka at the end, and that made it abuk. Now later we will explain why. I'm using now a street language. All right, this is not official. If I want to use official, I will say abak. All right. The word ab, by itself, as we said, this is how it is. So later we will learn that the letter ka is something we add at the end of any name, and that will make it belong to like to him. So we speak to a person and we say, let us say the word bait. The word bait, in order to make it your house, I just add, as long I'm speaking to individual, I use the letter ka. Baitak. However, we have something it's called a street language, and we have something, it is let us say the classical language, the Arabic classical one. So the word ab, when we speak in the street and we say to somebody your father, we say abuk. All right, this is abuk. We don't say abak. Let us make it different color. This is a street language. All right. Don't forget, you can click at the uh, chat, and you can share with us if you have any question. So let us say, let us go back to our reference. Now we will continue later after we finish just making sentence here uh, about what we learned in the previous classroom. So in the street language again, I want to say to you, actually, let us go and take the classic one. أين صديقك صديقك, sorry. Where is your friend? The word صديق mean friend. Remember, we add the ka, that will make it your friend. So the original word is, we write it up here, صديق. By adding letter ka at the end, that make it your friend. صديقك. صديقك. So صديق by itself is a friend with ka attached to it, that made it your friend. All right. So please take a note about this, and later at the end of the class we will post a link for all the words we write in the screen. However, we will keep only the important ones, so you better take notes if you because we might delete things during the class. So take a note, when we have any name and we want to make it something belong to you, we add at the end of the name the letter ka. So let us make a little rule to remember. We have a name, let us type in English. Then we add to it letter ka, or K in Arabic. That will make it belong to you. I think this is very simple and easy. All right. So we add the ka, letter ka, or K in English you say, to the name, any name. So let us say I have a car. Car in Arabic is سيارة. سيارة is a car. I want to make is your car, not just a car. So here you will see there is, I'm adding, actually I chose the wrong word, because now there is something more you need to learn. Like actually it's we learned how to switch, you know, in the when we learned the alphabet, we learned how the ta at the end, if it is by itself, how it became ta, remember? Or we need to remind you? I think we spoke about it, right? I think so. So سيارة, let us keep it then. سيارة, I want to make it your car. So we need to add the letter ka, as we said. Look how it's going to be. سيارة, and this is the ta, and then we attached the letter ka. But I'm trying to say here that you notice the ta, when it was by itself, it came as a ta marbuta. When it is attached, the ta, it came normal. All right, hold on, let me see. I'm getting text here. Sorry for that. So the sayyara became sayyaratuk. This is how the ta look like. And we spoke before about why the ta, it come in normal ta, not ta marbuta. You know, if you remember, we said that because the letter before it uh, here, it does not accept connection, and the ta at the end is very light, so it come as a sayyara marbuta, ta marbuta, not ta maftuha. Ta maftuha, if you remember, this is the big ta. Oops. So anyway, the important for us for now that we add the ka at the end, and you will see the word sayyara became sayyaratuk, your car. Now, I said here in the question, أين صديقك? The original, as we said, of صديقك is صديق. This is the original. So we add ka at the end, and that will make it your friend. All right. So أين صديقك? Now you are going to answer me. Remember here, I said صديقك. I mean a male guy. When I add, let us say that the name became. Obviously, I'm speaking about a male, not about a female, and I will explain to you why. You see, female names, as we saw in Sayyara, and before we mention many names, most of those names they have the ta. It's called ta at-ta'nith at the end. Ta, which is ta of the female, if you remember. The female ta. So if I want to make this about male, the word sadiq will not be sadiq no more, will be sadiqa. I mean in English. Sadiqa. How I make it for females, if you remember, we spoke before, we add the T, which is ta of the female, at the end of the letter. All right? At the end of the word, sorry. So, Sadiq, we add the ta, that will make it Sadiqa. This is why actually Sayyar is the roots of the word, became Sayyara, for it's a female. And female mean here does not mean that the car is a female, but by in the language it is. All right. And Sadiq, it's not really a female. By language it's male. I mean, there's in language, this is not about really a male and female for real, but the language in Arabic, it has male and female words. So don't take it in literate way. Says like we are not talking that the word car is a female, which means the car is a female for real. But this is how the language is divided. The names divided to male and female, and even some words are kind of mixed, which mean can be used for male and females. So this is how the Arabic language is. So Sadiq is the original word for friend. We want to make it for female, we say Sadiqa. So if I want to ask you, where is your girlfriend? And girlfriend here, by the way, it's a English term, or let us say foreign term. In the Middle East, we don't use this term. So Sadiqa have different meaning, but these days it can turn to be because people they are using boyfriend, girlfriend. So if I want to ask you, where is your girlfriend? I say Aina صديقتك. Again, the same as the سيارة, if you remember, the ta end to to this kind of T, as you see it here, and then we add the ka, and that will make it for a female. So now we have the question for male and female. This is for female. I will make it in blue, and the other one is for female. أين صديقك? Now, based in the class we took last time, what we should say? You will answer me now. All right. I ask you, where is your friend? أين صديقك? أين صديقتك? So now it's time for you to answer me. So أين صديقتك? Anyone want to tell me in the chat, in the text? صديقتك is a female. We are asking about this. أين, remember, أين mean where? Where? So I'm asking you, where is she? Where is صديقتك? Where is your girlfriend? So what I should use from the pronouns we took before last week? Look, you guys are not doing your homework. Or maybe some are not able to log in the chat. Anyone? I don't see any of you. All right, that's not a good sign actually, you know, because if you want to learn Arabic, then you have to practice. You don't practice, it's your loss, not my loss. I'm losing nothing, you know. How we can continue if we are stuck here and simple thing you do not know how to use. We are talking about just learning how to use he and she now. Very simple. All right. So what we need to do then, as long as nobody is giving an answer, we need to restudy this the class we took last week. The video is there. You need to go watch it again, refresh your memory, and please, maybe it's better for you, as long this is the case, you guys are being lazy, is to watch the video we took a week before we start this class, so you can refresh your memory. All right. So أين صديقتك? Where is your girlfriend? Then you have to say here. Let us say she went. So I have to say هي ذهبت. هي ذهبت. أين صديقك? It's a male. هو ذهب. ذهب mean he left. So we have here. Oops. It's hard to type here because it does not start again from here. I think I have to click here and that will make it start again. Here we go. هي ذهبت. أين صديقتك? So here we have a question mark. أين صديقتك? You say هي ذهبت. She left. أين صديقك? Oops. In the case of a question mark, you click here. No. Like, okay. Do it this way. No. All right. Anyway, I will add the question mark. So أين صديقك? Then you say هو. هو ذهب. He left. You remember in the class before, we took هو and هي. They, هم or home. And for two guys, we say huma. and for a group of females we say hun. All right. So أين صديقتك؟ هي ذهبت. The reason we use here for we are speaking about a female, and the reason we are using huwa for we are speaking about a male. How we know that this is about female here? So we can use here. We are using the word صديقة. صديق for a female come always in original word without the letter T at the end, which is the T of the female, as we said. So the second we see this T at the end of the word صديقة, that T here we see it at the end, that will tell us that this is about a female. All right. If there's no T, that's about a male. So always individual words, which is description for something, friend or anything, is going to come without the T at the end. When you see the T, that will confirm to you most likely that this is a female name. So Sadiq will turn into Sadiqa. Uh, let us say there's other word for Sadiq, which is Rafiq. Rafiq is more of a companion, more than just a Sadiq, or which mean a friend. So Rafiq is more close to you. Like when a man and women they get married, they say Rafiq Darbi, the companion of my road, which means the one who live with me forever, you know. So Rafiq is close to Sadiq, but it's more close, I mean more close to you as a person. So this is for a male. To make it for a female, I say I add the ta marbuta, Rafiqa. All right. So this week we will take more pronouns to use, and we will learn how we can use them and what is the point of them. We will continue with huwa and hiya, which we said he and she. All right. But this class I'm going to focus on something, let us say same as huwa and hiya, but it is for you, your own, you know. And already we took the letter ka as an example. We add ka to make it belong to you. All right. Now the letter ka, does it fit for he and she? Like you know, we learned that Arabic always have he and she. So how we know that the letter ka here is for female or for male? That's very simple. The letter ka will not be infected by the male or the female. If you are speaking to a female, as we said, the end of the name is always ended with the T. So it doesn't matter really if it's for male or female. We add the ka at the end, letter ka, and that make it belong to that person. It doesn't matter if it's a male or female. So that will not affect the nature of the word if it's a feminine or a male word. So you add the ka to the end, whatever the word was before, and that will make it your thing. So as an example, I will write the word computer in Arabic. Computer. I have a big microphone in front of my eyes blocking my screen. Computer, this is how we write the same word in English. Actually, this is not an Arabic word. However, this is how we write it in Arabic, computer. So I want to make it your computer. Now you notice computer, because it's a foreign word, it's not a male or a female, you know, it's not nothing really. This is not from the original language. So there's no headache there, and even if it is female, is going to end with the letter ta at the end, letter ta. All right, but in this case there is no any. I want to make it your computer. Computer is just a plain word, mean computer, not yours, not mine. I want to make it your computer. I say computer. All right. Now this is not an Arabic word, as you see, because computer is not originated from Arabic. So computer will make it your computer, and this is the case for male or female. So when I say your computer, I add the ka at the end, regardless if it's a male or a female. All right. Uh, Additional pronouns we will learn today is we will make it belong to you, but there is another tool to make it belong to you. It's not the ka, it is the letter ha. So let us say I want to say the word bait. I want to make the word bait your house for a meal. So I add the letter ha. بيته. بيته. Remember, the original is bait. The additional is the ha. Bait is a house. بيته, his house. So by adding ha, we make the name or the object belong to this person who we are speaking about. The difference between ha and the ka use, and please take a note. When we add ka, obviously we are speaking to you. Like me, I'm speaking to you. You are in front of me. All right. In the case of ha, I'm speaking to someone is not. I'm speaking about him, but he is not in the front of us. Or let us say I'm not speaking to him directly. This is what we call it. The pronouns of the one is not there. Let us say the pronouns, we call it damir al-ghaib. So if somebody is not with us, or let us say me and you talking, and this guy is let us say he is 10 meters away, still we pronounce it as with ha, for he is not there with us. So the ha here represents someone is not in our circle, direct speech, and we are speaking about him, either by saying his name or by maybe pointing our finger or even our eyes. Like you ask me, where is where is his house? I say this is his house. So I want to say his house. He is not involved with us in the conversation, all right, and he is not the one I'm talking to. So I add the ha at the end, and that will make it bayto, his house. All right. So ka, we can make a note here. We add ka, we add letter ka. Okay. To the end, if the one I am speaking to is a person is like in front of me. Let us say I'm speaking to him directly. So if I'm speaking to a person in the present of me, all right? So I'm speaking to a person directly and he present in front of me. I add the ka to it, and that will make it, whatever I'm talking about, an object, I make it belong to him. Now the use of ha, it's the same. I will copy and I will make just some change. Here we say the ha, which present h, ha, at the end of the word, actually, you know, word, oops, fish word, which is a person. Let us say, to make it simple, when I say a word, I mean the name of an object, you know. I'm speaking to you about an object, correct? I'm not speaking to you about you. I'm speaking about an object belong to you. So the word here present, let us say an object, and this object belong to you. So I add the ha or the h to the end of the word, which is something belong to you. In the case up there, but here in the case here, to him, for he is not with us. So at the end of the word, which is something belong to him, I'm speaking in a person, he is not in a present with us. Is not in a present of me or us. Here it's the opposite. Here the person is in a present, and I want to make the thing belong to him, and even the thing not necessarily an object, it can be a person. All right. So where is your friend? Friend here is a person, so we add ka to it. All right. But the letter ka can be used even for object. As an example, bait, we say baituk, bait, baituk. So the ka can be used for anything, for an individual person, make him belong to you, like your friend, or for an object, like a car, or a house, or a pen, or a wallet, or a camera. All right. Here, the ha is something we add at the end to make it belong to him, belong to him, or let's say to make the thing we are talking about, to give it a definition that this thing belong to this person. However, I'm not talking to him directly. I'm talking to you about him. I hope my explanation is clear. All right. So I'm talking to him. I'm talking to you, sorry, about him. This is why I'm adding ha at the end. Let us see some examples of adding ha at the end. Let us say I'm going to speak about his eyes or her eyes. So the word ayun, switch to Arabic, or let us say ain. Let us take the original. Ain mean eye, eye. So I want to make it his eye. I add ha. That will make it ayno, ayno, ayno. All right. Ain is the original. We add ha. Ain mean eye. Ayno, make it his eye. So this is ain. It's an eye. I want to make it his eye. I just add ayno. What about if it is a female? Ain is the original. So in the case of female, and here you need to concentrate with me a little bit, you will notice there's a little bit of difference or differences here. In the case of female, we don't really I'm looking at the chat, still nobody's asking questions. I don't know, like you guys have difficulty to log in. I see only one person is there. In the case of female, we say عينها. عينها. So what happened? In the case of female here, we did not add it the same as ka at the end, plain as it is for male and female. Here there's different. For the case of female, we add the letter ha and alif. Letter ha, h and a. So the original is ain. Ain, as you see it. We made it in a blue. To make it for a female, we say عينها. To make it for a male, we say عينه. So عينها, her eye, for a female. عينه, for a male. So if we want to make a rule about this one, we should say, in the case of a male, to make it belong, you can see the screen with this microphone, belong to him, we can add ha, which is letter ha in Arabic. Then we continue, we say, in the case oops, in Arabic. In the case of female, we add between a plus ha and eight letter ha and alif, which is like this. Ha. So to make it belong to her as a female, we add ha. Ha, which is contained two letters. In the case of male, we add only one letter, which is ha by itself. Here we have two letters. We have the H in English, which is equal to ha in Arabic, and we have the letter A, which is equal to the letter alif. So anything I want to make it for a female, in this case, I use ha, which is two letters, literally two letters, okay, which means we write them as they are, as we see them in the screen. Ha. In the case of female, we add letter ha, but there is no alif attached to it. All right. Now, how we know that we will use how we will know we do not need to use the ka? Like how we know that here is the right place to use ka, and here is the right place to use ha. Both of them, they present the ownership of something. Something belong to you. All right. In the case of ka, as I say, when we add it, it's present something belong to you. And in the case of ha, it's the same. It presents something belong to you too. But the difference is, I'm talking about you as he, which means you are not in the front of me. So let us say I'm speaking to a friend about you, but you are not with us. Then I have to use the ha. Do you understand me? I'm not talking to you directly. Based on this, I'm not going to use the ka. So you can take a note and say, If I'm speaking to someone directly, I want to make something belong to him, then I'm going to use the ka at the end of the name, whatever it is, an object or a person, and that will make it belong to you. I'm speaking directly to you. But if I'm not speaking directly to you, I'm speaking about you, all right? And you are not in present. So then I will say I have to use the ha. His. The ha here present his exactly, right? His eye, all right? Here the ka present your. So as we say yours, it's yours. So I say your car, your house, your wife, your bag, your computer, your pen, etc. So I just add the letter K at the end of it because I'm presenting something is yours. If I'm going to use it to present something it is his, then I will use the ha. I think now it's clear, right? So we can add a note that in the case of ka, if we want to describe something is yours, a person in front of me, I'm speaking to him directly, so I want to say this is your computer, I use the ka. If I'm speaking to someone about someone else, then I'm going to use his, which is here present the h or ha for a male and he or h and alif or a to a female. So aynahu, his eye, aynuha, her eye. So you notice here that the ha with alif present equal to, let's make it so the ha is equal, for case of female, equal to her, and ha alone is equal to his. All right, any question? I see only one person typing in the chat. Look like the rest are not, they don't know how to join the chat. Can I repeat? Okay, repeat what exactly? Someone is asking me in Skype. Can you repeat what part? I don't know if this is an older question. What part you want me to repeat? I'm waiting for the answer. I think it's very easy to understand. You know, like something when I make it belong to her in English, you say her computer, her house, her car. In Arabic, we don't use her. We just add the letter, specific letters to the end of the word, and that will make it belong to her. So we say HA. So let us say I'm going to type in English here. It's all the question. So now it's clear for you. Is it clear now? All right. So look like I did not see the question. It's an older question, no problem. So I want to make it here as an example. I will type the word in English as it is, not in Arabic, just to make it more clear for you. So the word bait, let us say bait, we pronounce it this way, bait. I want to make it her house. I will say bait to her. Now in English we pronounce letters, even the sound we make, not necessarily the letters are they exist. So I say bait to her, bait to her. But here you notice I'm saying baytu, baytu, as if there is you, but there's no you. There's a dhamma. Baytu ha. I just added ha at the end. So if we write it in Arabic, that will be bayt. And then I have to add ha to make it her house. Baytuha. All right. Baytuha. This is for female. Female, bint. Bint in Arabic. Bint is a daughter or a female. Let us say muannath. This word will be hard for you now to write and pronounce, so we will take it later. So baytuha is something belong to a female. To make it belong to him, we say baytahu. I think now it is clear how we use it. We will continue, and we will continue with ha and ka, but in this case, in the case of many people, plural name. So what if we have a sentence and we are speaking about a group of people, not one, not just one individual. Let us see, we have a question here. Is it NT Ainak or NT Inki? NT, you mean ant? You mean anta? All right. I don't know if you can call me, if you have the question to make it clear. It's better if you call. I will hear you by voice because your question is not clear. The question is saying, is it inti ainik or inti ainak? Maybe he's speaking about tashkil. The tashkil, which is okay, let's type what he said. You see, in Arabic, when we say there's ant mean you, like you, right? And we want to speak about your, like this person is jumping for something else now. You know what? Let us not to speak about this now because that will take us out of the things we are using. We did not take anti and anta yet, so let us leave it for later after we finish those, and then we go for anta and anti. Anta and anti is the same. Actually, we spoke about it before. I think anta and anti is nothing but it's the same word, but we use tashkil. All right. So anta, we have fatha, and this is for a male. If I want to make it for a female, very simple. I just add kasra, and it's the same, anti. So anta and anti is the same word, but the way I pronounce it with fatha and kasra, it changed the pronunciation. However, the same word. When I say anti, it doesn't mean there's ya at the end. All right, it's just a kasra, and the kasra will make it anti. Remember, the kasra will make it he. The fatha will make it ah. So anta, I use it for a female, for male. Anti, I use it for a female. I hope I answered you. So if I want to say anta, all right, or let us say I want to say anti. Let me type a sentence here. Hold on. none of the example. Baiti is my house. Baitok is her house. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is just tashkil. This is tashkil. This is will not change anything. Baituka or baituki. Always for the female, we use kasra at the end. All right. So, uh, like in the case of ka here, he's talking. Don't confuse yourself with the tashkil right now. Just focus in the word. Tashkil, we can leave it for later when we became more advanced. Right now, we want to just learn the basic things, and then we can add the fatha and the kasra. However, it's very simple. You notice when I speak always to a male, I use the fatha. صديقك. أين صديقك? If I'm speaking to a female, I say أين صديقك. So I'm adding key kasra under the key for female. I'm adding fatha for the male. That's the whole story. Otherwise, there is no key and there is no ka. All right, it is just tashkil. So أين صديقك? There's no you hear I'm saying ka, but isn't it the original letter is ka anyway? So you are adding nothing. You do not need to add anything. However, I advise you not to make it complicated for you for now with a tashkil. Later we can go and give you more rules for it. Right now, just take it to plain word. أين صديقك? You can say that to a female too. All right. You can speak without tashkil. It's very fine. There is nothing wrong. So I can say to a female أين صديقك? I do not need to say أين صديقك. Are you getting the point? There is no difference. As long the ka here present is used for both, for male and female, then using the kasra or the fatha will not make any difference. All right. If the using of those will change, then I have to use them. But until now, I'm not giving you anything really. The kasra and the fatha will not change anything. Kasra and fatha is just for pronunciation, and usually it's used for better pronunciation. But okay, anti. So anti is her eye. Ainuki. Ainok. Don't. I don't know why. Why you are going to be obsessed with the kasra. Don't. You see, I'm not going to add kasra right now or fatha. Let us make it simple. For now, we do not need it. Ainok. There is no need to add ainuki. All right, take it easy. The kasra and the fatha will not make any difference for you right now. Fatha and kasra is for a high classic language. So you want to be, let us say, perfectly speaking. So you say ainuka, ainuki. Huh? There's no need for that right now. Just learn the basic and later we can go for. So stay away from the tashkil for now. We will add the tashkil only if we have to. All right. So ainuk, aina ainuk. Where's your eye? Show me. Huh? It's fine, even if I'm speaking for a female or male. Ka present both, used for both. So I do not need to add fatha or kasra. But the gentleman here keep asking me about the fatha and the kasra. Don't use it for now. Actually, you will not need it later, just to make your writing and reading perfect. Actually, especially reading, not writing. Then we will go in more details in the fatha and the kasra. However, they are not really important for now. This is a plain words. You can use it for both, and you do not need kasra or fatha. Some teachers, they start right away teaching you fatha and kasra, but that will make it more complicated. Instead of focusing in the word memorizing right now, you will find yourself focusing in the fatha and kasra, which actually nobody even use in Arabic. I mean, if you go in the Middle East, you ask people to write a letter, nobody use fatha and kasra. We don't use it. This is only when we read. All right. So let us leave it to the end. I mean, not necessarily at the end. I mean, after we became more established in using pronouns and words and etc., then we will focus more about the fatha and the kasra. For their rules is very simple. It's not really too much hard. The important for us now is how to use those pronouns in order to make a clear, perfect sentence. Having fatha, having kasra, uh, the tashkil, which is the fatha and the kasra and dhamma, you will find them only in one of two kind of books: a book for children's or a book which is religious. Why? Because the children's, they do not know how to read correctly. All right, so they start from early age learn about kasra and fatha. After they became, and let us say they pass the elementary school, the fatha and the kasra disappear from the books. Why? Because now they know when they say the fatha, when they say the kasra. It's very simple. However, leave it for now, because if we wanna everything we wanna like we will start like computer صديقك صديقك. It's very simple. However, just take a rule, write a rule for you, as long we spoke about it. The kasra is anything you speak about to make it a fame. You know it's a fame already, as a female. So here I'm the word sadiq, huh, uh, is the original. All right. So if I want to make it a plain street language, and I want to say to you, أين صديقك, it's fine. If I want to make it أين صديقك, أين let us say I want to make it more classical. So I say أين صديقك, but it's the same. أين صديقك, and actually nobody really speak this way. All right. أين صديقك is more practical, and people understand it more, and they will like it more from adding the fatha. Fatha is like you are trying to be heavy duty. Adding fatha and dhamma, etc., especially in places they are not really necessarily. You are trying to trying to be Shakespeare, using a language nobody use no more. You know, it's a language, a professional classical language. All right, you can go and download books from online. You will see all the books in Arabic. Nobody have fatha and kasra. So try for now just to focus in the word, and then we will show you, we will give you simple rules. You can apply it for anything about fatha and kasra and dhamma. This way you avoid the, let us say, the confusion. Where is the fatha, where is the kasra, what we should do here now? Should we say sadiquka, sadiquki, etc., where to put the dhamma? There's rules. We can come to them in coming class, and they will make it very easy for us. So let us go back. So let us avoid speaking about fatha and kasra unless it is necessary to speak about it. We go back now, and we will speak about we spoke about individual, her and his. Something belong to you, like that letter ka, for him or for yours and for her. But now how we can speak about uh, a group? What if there are more than one person? What we should do? You know, how we are we going to use the ka as uh, we used before, like about bait? We make it baituk, but now it's a group of people. We cannot say baituk. Baituk is for one individual. All right. So let us try to learn about a group. Still, we want to use ka, but it's not going to be by itself. So if we have a group of people, this is the original word bait. Now we want to make it your house, but your house for a group. It is about more than one person. All right, specifically three and more. All right. So I have to add in this case Come. Look what I will type. Letter K and M. So I add two letters, which is uh, K, and letter M. Come. It will make it come. Come. Now the word beitakum, beitakum. I'm using it plain. I'm not using kasra and dhamma again. Beitakum, your house. A group of people, many, plural name. Beitakum. And that goes for anything. You can add it to any word of your choice, which presents something you can own or something belong to you, but it's for a group. As an example, أولاد, which mean you're like children's. أولاد. I want to make it your children's. I say أولادكم. Let's say طعام, which mean food. I want to make it your food. طعامكم. I add kum. Let's say شراب. I'm just giving you example. It goes for anything. It can go for food. It can go for anything. You add kum. شرابكم. Your drink. And this is the same, by the way. Same for what we learned about the cat. All right. It can be added to anything to make it belong to you. Anything, you name it. Your dog, your cat, your house, your friend, your brother, uh, your wife, cat, anything. So the same as the cat here represent the ownership or something belong to you. If you cannot own, like let's say a brother or sister or family or parents or something which is a subject which can be owned literally, like a house, a car, etc. Here it's the same, but you are only adding the com, and that for a plural name. All right. So the plural name here, what the difference between Ain and Wayne? Ain and Wayne. Uh, Wayne is a street language. Please focus with me now. Don't ask me questions have nothing to do with the class, because that will take me out of the subject and will make me answer questions we are not speaking about on the screen, and that will confuse others. So don't ask me questions. Don't worry, we will go over them. We are not stopping the Arabic class tomorrow. All right. So let us take things one by one. Again, please, guys, don't ask me questions. It is not what we are talking about. Because if I want to answer it, I have to stop what we are doing right now, and then I answer things that have nothing to do with our topic. Our topic right now is how to use those pronouns, how to attach them, and later we will show you how to detach them, which means to cut them off. As an example, if you see a word, it says sharabakum, and you learn that sharabakum mean your drink. How I'm going to know what is the original word? Simply, you need to remember that we are just adding com. So if we detach the word, the two letters at the end, com, that will bring the word to the original. So that will make it sharab. Detach, take it off. The original is sharab. The word is sharabakum. All right. We have another question. Hold on. How I can join your class in Paltalk Messenger? We are not in Paltalk. I think this guy don't know. Search for some people think I'm doing my class in Paltalk. All right, is my voice is good, guys? Some of you having difficulty to hear me. Is my voice good? You wrote ha and her. Did you mean that ha, hers? Yes, actually, yes, hers. Sorry. Yeah, hers. Yeah, something belonged to her. Right. That's what I meant. It's my bad English. So when I said her, I mean hers. Something belonged to her. You are right. Hers. Oops. So something belonged to her, you know, something about her. All right. Okay. Uh, so now, so we use come for a plural name, which is can be added to anything. So you can make a note and we can say we add come, which is in Arabic km, to any name or object. Okay, name is fine. To make it belong to two and more. You know, there's a specific word for two if you want to say for two, but you can use it even for two guys or two people. All right. So if I want to make something belong to a group, two and more, I can use com. And how I do it, I just attach it to the name, whatever it is, any object, any name, a name of a person. Okay. Let us say I can even attach it to something as individual, not a group. Remember, the point of this, it is belong to a group, not the object is the group. As an example, uh, Ibn, Ibn is your son or son. I want to make it your son as a group, and I say group, I mean usually parents. So I say ibnakum. Or let's say I'm speaking to a family and I say your son. So I just add to ibn, I add kum, and that make that person, that son belong to to them, and that make them make him their son, their son. All right, is that clear? Uh, let us continue. Now, uh, this is actually a very easy way to remember how to use this, because now we can add it to anything, and that will give us a lot of flexibility to make sentence. So now we know how to add when we add the ka, when we add the ha, when we add the com, and the only difference is if we are using it for a female individual or male individual, or a group. And here, when we use the com, it can be used for male and female. It doesn't matter. All right. So now we are using it for male and female. It can be used for both. All right. Now, what if I want to use it uh, for, let us say, uh, females only? Can we use com? No. You remember before we spoke about something. It's called the na of females, or the noon of female. Noon of the theme. Of theme. Right? So what we will do, we will replace the letter ma, m, with the letter n in the case of females, if the group are females. So let us say, I want to say bait. Oops. I want to make it bait, but for a group of females. Let us say there is a group of females that live in one house together, and this is very popular. Like girls, they're in together. Let's say they are working somewhere, so a group of girls, they rent together, and that make the whole house occupied by females. So how I'm going to say to them, this is your house? I can use betakum. It's fine. All right. So I can say betakum. And I advise you to stuck with the com more than make it specific, because as long betacom is correct for all, for male and female, then why you want to make things complicated for you? However, if you want to make it for females only, then you have to replace the letter m with noon. Beitakun. Beitakun. Beit is the original. We add ka and n. Ka and n. Kun. That make it for females. So when we use com, we are speaking about group. It can be male and female, and this can be very useful for easier language for us, easier speaking. If I want to make it specifically for females, then we use the kun. That will make it something belong to a group of females. All right, let us color it with the blue. So now if I want to write bait and make it for females, I will say beitakun. Sometimes writing here in this word, because those computers are not meant for Arabic. I think I need to change the default of the language. Beitakun. Beitakun. Your house for females. All right. So that is something belong to you. All right. In the coming class, we will talk about still about home and hon, etc. But we will take more details about additional use of those things. So let us go over what we took for today. To add, to make anything belong to an individual, and we are speaking to him directly, belong to you. I'm speaking to you, not about you. All right, remember, I'm speaking to you, not about you. So if I'm speaking about you, not in your present, I'm not going to use the ka here. Or let us say I'm speaking to you in the phone, that still will present that you are present or to me because I hear your voice, I'm talking to you. So if I'm talking to someone directly, I use the ka at the end and I will make it belong to him. So the name plus the k or ka, that will make it belong to you. And that you can add to anything: friend, house, object, TV, computer, brother, sister, anything. All right. So as an example, if I have, just a reminder, if I have the word ukht, means sister, I want to make it your sister, I just add ka, that will make it ukhtuk. All right. Or ukhtak. And just say it without tashkil. Ukhtak, ukhtak. All right. So it's a plain word. It's your sister. We just added the ka at the end. Now, for in the case of female, uh, we are adding the ta at the end. In the case of female, always. I mean, when we make the name as a fem name, as we saw here in the case of Sadiq, we want to make it a female friend. So we say Sadiqa. That will make it a female. And again, as you see, I'm not adding kasra or fatha or tashkil. Plain Arabic. Sadiqa with no tashkil. It's fine. It's perfect. Sadiqa. All right. So the Sadiqa, I want to make it my friend. Already there is ta. All what I need is just add the ka at the end. Nothing changed. So Sadiqa, it included ta at the end as part of the word for it's a for female. I just added Sadiqatuk. I add the ka, which means I nothing. It's the same rule actually. We add for the fem name ka and for the male name ka, and that will make it belong to him or to her. Depend if the name is a male or female. So in the case of Sadiqa or Rafiqa here, Rafiqa, I will make it. uh, See this thing when you type, I don't know why it's. I think I have to click here. Rafiqa. Here we go. Rafiqa took. Sorry, Rafiqa. Rafiqa. For some reason, it's not connecting. Connect. So if I it should connect the same as we see here. The text, the font is not helping. So you just add the ka at the end, same as we did in Sadiqatuk, Rafiqatuk, Mudira, as an example, your boss, but it is a female boss. Where is the Mudira? I add the ka. I don't know why it's not adding. Mudira should be Mudiratuk. Oh, now it's working. I was typing the ta twice. Mudiratuk. Mudiratuk. Your boss. But this is present a female because the ta originally it was there, and that means Mudira as a female boss. Mudiratuk, your boss, but present still a female. And here maybe we're the text was because presenting the T already exists, so it's not connecting. So I have to try again. Here we go. Now it's working. It was taking the T twice. So Rafiqatuk, Rafiqatuk. All right. Rafiqa became Rafiqatuk, your friend. All right. Sadiqa became Sadiqatuk. In the case of male, صديق, we add ka, صديقك. So simply we are just adding ka in the both cases. If the name is a fame name, just add the ka, it's the same, and that will make it belong to you. If the name is a male name, we are going to add the ka at the end, it's the same, and that will make it belong to you. So being a male or female will not change anything, because the male and the female, they are originally are exist as male or female. So as if I say, I'm speaking about, let us say, a guy, his name is Nader. Nader. Oops. I was thinking I'm typing in English. Uh, Nader. Nader is a name of a male person. So I'm going to ask you about Nader. All right. So I will say, where is Nader? But I want to make it, I want to avoid using the name. So I know your friend, his name is Nader, and he was in your room, and then I came to your room, I don't find him. So I don't want to use the name. Nader is your friend. So I say, where is your friend? So I say in Arabic, go, أين صديقك? صديق is a friend, is the root. صديقك, your friend. Now let us say I'm speaking to a girl, and her friend was visiting her, and his name is Nader. I'm not going to use his name. I'm going to say, where is your friend? Still I will say, where is أين صديقك? Why? Because the name itself is a male, not the one we are questioning. All right. So the one we are questioning, if it's a male or female, that will not make any difference. What is important is the person we are talking about. So if it is a female, then that will make the word, instead of صديقك, صديق, صديقة, صديقة. It's the original for a female. The root is صديق. For female, we add a T, which is a ta التأنيث. That will make it صديقة, which mean a friend. So where is your friend? So I say أين صديقتك? We add nothing new. We just add ka, the same. So the original is, whatever the original is, we add ka at the end, and that will make it belong to you, regardless it's for female or male. We continue here down, just to refresh what we took. Uh, we add k to make it yours, all right, at the end of the one I'm speaking to. All right, and then should I say two with two O or one O? I'm not sure. You see, I need an English teacher. This person here, remember, I'm speaking to him, he is in the present. He is not far away. He is not in a distance. He is in front of me. I'm speaking to him directly. In the case of female, we add ha or h at the end of the word, and that word present anything belong to you as object or a person, sister, brother, car, house, anything. All right. But here I'm speaking about someone. Let us say he is not in the present. He is not in the front of me. He can be maybe a few meters away, but he don't hear us. Let us say, or even if he hear us, but I'm not speaking to him directly. I'm speaking to someone else about him. Like if you hear there is two girls are gossiping about someone, so they say her, you know, her dress. Do you see her dress? All right. So the ha here make it belong to that person, and the ha ha alif for a female, ha only without alif for individual male. Here ha alif for individual female. So aynahu for a male, aynuha for a female, and that will make it hers, her, like her eye. All right. uh, we said that already, and we took how to use comb, which is something we add at the end of any name or object, and that will make it belong to them. All right. So I want to say this is your house. I say baytakum. The original is bayt. I say baytakum. The original of a drink is sharab. I want to make it your drink, so I say sharabakum. Uh, so the kum is adding that to any name you want, and that will make it belong to two and more. And remember, this is for male or female, doesn't matter. All right, okay? I'll just add a note here for and this is for male or female, right? Which is more, it's more, let's say, will be more popular to use. So I just add com to anything, and that will make it, it doesn't I will not be worry about the male and female issue here, and this is the good thing about it. All right. So I just say adding com to the object, and that will make it belong to the group. As we see here, bait, we make it betacom. Now if we want to make it for females, we said we add the letter K and N. All right. K, K, oops, K and N. So instead of com, we'll replace it with kun. I don't know how to separate it. Okay, let's go down. So kun is only if we want to make it specifically for females. Kun. We add it at the end of the object, and that will make it for a group of females, and that is specifically for females. Now we are done with this. Next class we will continue with more. I will answer Alex here. He asked me a question have nothing to do with the topic, which is about what the difference between Wayne and Ain. All right. So maybe later in coming classes, if you have a questions have nothing to do with the topic, if we can take them, still we have time, we can. He said, what the difference between Wayne and Ain? Wayne is something we use in the street language, like we say win, 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 where. All right. So Wayne and Ain, both they present the same thing, which mean where. But Wayne is something we use in the road, in the street. So I want to say to you, where I'm going to meet you, Wayne. Wayne. All right. If I want to use the Arabic classic language, I say Ain. All right. I hope I answered you about this. So Ain is for the classic language. Wayne is for the street language. So one when I say to other person, a friend over the phone, speaking the normal dialect, local dialect, they say Wayne. Here, Wayne does not mean when. Wayne present where. All right. Wayne, like where, when you want me to see you. You know, what is a location? Ain is the same. Where is the location? I'm speaking about the location usually, and that will present like a place to meet, a house, a restaurant, a street, a road, something exists in the map, whatever it is. All right. So I hope I answer your question.